Hi. So today we're gonna do something really cool. Well, every day, but this time we're gonna go down memory lane and do some things to series that we used to grow up on, and I'm really excited about it because I've been spending maybe the past 24 hours just generating images like that. What we're going to do today is What are we going to do today is take advantage of a new way to do image-to-image generations, where we take the noise from the old image and inject it into the new image. This method was developed by Kijai. Kijai is a person that wrote this workflow. That person is a genius and he does many crazy things. And when I first got the workflow, it looked like this. Okay, so this spaghetti, well, Kijai did a quick POC, prove the concept. So in the past few hours, I've set and organized it so it will be easier to understand and also more linear. One of the things that I like about Comfy is that you can really take it apart and put it together, add whatever you like to it, and that way you can learn how it really works. You get to learn every part of the generation process. I think it's very important for people who want to get deep into it, but in the same time, I would say, if you don't care, it doesn't matter. You don't have to take care of every small node, and you can just download the workflows, and that's it. I will post the link for the workflow and the models as usual in the text down below, so you can just go ahead and download them and just drag them over to your Comfy, and that's it, you got them. But if you would like to know a little bit more, I really recommend going through these steps. It is fun to know. I also left some details notes in every step, so please take your time to read them. I think they will be very helpful to understand what it does. And because in this workflow, it's, as you can see, it's quite a long one. We're gonna go through several techniques, so it's gonna be a long one today. I hope you got your patience. First, before we're gonna start, I want to show you some manager. All right, Comfy Manager. It's another package for Comfy. It doesn't come as a node, and I will, of course, leave the link down below. You will get to this page, and there are instructions here that are very, very simple. You don't need me to go through them. You can read by yourself. It's only 3 lines, that's it. After you do that, you will use the manager to download any missing nodes that you might encounter. So when you drag a new workflow that you didn't do by yourself, that you found online, like the one in the text, you will be able to find those nodes very quickly, because you just have to go to manager and then install missing custom nodes. And if you have any red nodes on your screen, that means you didn't install those yet. The install custom nodes, missing custom nodes, will do it for you. It will give you a list of everything that you need to download, and you just need to press install, and that's it, and you're good. All right, so let's give it a second to update. Let's see if I can close it. All right, so, and we'll keep having that for a second here. So after we install all of the missing nodes and it works, we will also need to use 3 models for this workflow. The first model is the generation model. I'm using here, I usually do TurboVision Excel 4.3.1, but you can use whatever you like. Any other model will do. It doesn't have to be a turbo model, because anyway we're gonna use it for 20 to 30 steps. So we're not looking for the turbo ones, all right? I'm just really used to this one. And then after that, we're gonna need to download another model, which is basically, well, it is a model, but it's also a ControlNet. It is called the Depth Zoe XL, and you will have a link for that in the text below. And you can download that also if you don't have it yet. You will download it from the manager, install models, You go here and you put Zoe, search, that's it. And you download the one for SDXL, all right? That's it. After you download it, it will put it in the right path for you. You don't have to do anything. You just click refresh. It will see it, and then you can start using it. And the last model that we're going to use, because this also has some video in it, we will use a model that is called Stable Video Diffusion, XT F16. It's this one, all right? Stable Diffusion Stability AI has released video generation model, and we're going to use it at the end of our workflow to create small animations like this. It's nice, it's cool, it's fun, and it's also entertaining. So why not? All right. If you don't want to, and if you don't care about videos, you don't really not have to, right? So in this workflow, I have put a group which is called SVD because it's Stable Video Diffusion. What you're gonna do to disable it, you will press Control and then drag the mouse all over everything, and everything is chosen. And you will press Control and the B and the letter B, and everything will turn to purple, and they will be muted until you turn them back on. Right? So Control B, Control B, mute on, mute off. Actually, you should know that as a good tip, you can use muting. You can mute nodes even in the middle of the workflow. So if, for example, I will want to mute this, the data will keep flowing, right? If it's not a necessary part of the flow, it will create an image, right? So you can do that when you're using or you want to try something, or you have some LoRa on your way, or ControlNets. You can disable the ControlNets and try it with or without it in a very easy way. Just Control B, like I said, Control B. Everything that is purple, it is quiet. So we have that. Wow, first tip of the day. Okay, let's dive into the workflow and what it does. I'm gonna choose. I've downloaded so many pictures of old cartoons, but I will choose one that is royalty free because we don't want to get sued. So Popeye and Olive are royalty free in this specific movie. So we're taking this Popeye picture, and what I like another good thing, one of the advantages of this workflow is that it teaches you very well how to prompt, all right? Because the thing that we need to do now is to describe everything that we see in this picture, all right? Before that, now the image is loaded. It will change its size a little bit in order to standardize the size to the size of the SDXL model, and then it will pass to this group. And here, this group, what it will do, it will take that picture and it will start to generate it back. All right, it does the diffusion way backwards and turn the image into noise. All right, that is the noise that when we are actually asking the image to the model to create something, it creates noise that then creates the image, right? So here we're going backwards. We're taking the image, we're turning it back into noise, and then I'm pressing Control Enter right now, so it will start working. And then when it creates the noise, it will keep this noise. All right, at one of the lower steps, we will see it in a second, and then we will use that noise in order to create the new picture. So the new picture will be very similar in some ways to the old picture, in the ways of depth or in the ways of areas in which the characters will be at. Right? You can see this, it became into noise, and then the noise. This is basically what we're going to see. All right, this image will be injected into the new image, and here in this group, be the noise. You can see that the latent image, all right, this is going into our new image. All right, so and this is just to see what goes on, right? Just so you will have some feeling about what are we going to see. You don't need to change or anything, but if you will increase this number more, it will be much more similar to this image, to the original image. And if you will lower it, it will be less strong. right? And now the tree comes up, right? Now the skill that we are developing starts, and we need to describe the image as much as we can. I like to go on a more difficult level and try not to say Popeye, right? Try not to say olive. I would say man wearing tuxedo and a top hat, smoking a pipe, because there is a pipe in it, and standing with a woman, tall, thin woman, wearing a red blouse and black shirt, in front. They are standing in front of a classic roofless car, and in the middle of the red trees in the background. Okay, and now just go over my typos because English is not my first language. And if we would, I use breathtaking movie still at the beginning of the prompt, and then we're pretty sure that the image will be very pretty. But we can add here more styling. We can say that this is a 1970 cinema shot, and that would just make it look like it's an old movie shot. And we can use dramatic lighting. Let's do a romantic lighting. And it will continue. Unfortunately, I had this one running. All right. So sometimes mistakes can be beautiful as well. This is actually the model that I had earlier on, the prompt that I had earlier on for the genie from Disney. So this is what we get. Well, you can see the resemblance, right? Just no car. And in the next prompt, which comes right up, we have described the image to the best possibility, and we will see what we get. But this is not bad at all, and quite entertaining. I will keep it for later. So while the case sampler keeps working, I will be thinking if I need to do it in real time, or you just want me to press fast forward, or just talk my way through it. I don't know. So ta-da! Oh, that's a nice one actually. All right, so we got the image, and for show-off purposes, or actually for research purposes, and for to be able to tell apart the pictures, we have here two exports of the images. Right, in this one, we are saving all of these images right now, except for the noises. Right, we don't need the noise. We're keeping this, the standalone one, and also this one. Right, this is a single picture that has two images on top of each other, and we do it with a great node, which is called the image. I cannot say it, right? But that's the way it's called, and you can change however you like the orientation of the images. And in this one, I'm doing up and down because I'm using that for social media, so it goes well in the story of my Instagram. And if you're not following me yet, this is the time. Gilid and Shahar, I will post a link for that as well. Say hi, all right? It's funny, and sometimes we have delicious food. And in the background, I'm also doing another one, which is in this direction, right? It's right from right to left. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because we have another image coming right up. And here we have this, right? In order to create this, we cannot do two images that are vertical, and the third one cannot be horizontal, right? If we have vertical images, the third one has to be vertical as well. And for these horizontal ones, we have to make them from right to left all the way. So here in the background of this one, I'm creating a right to left, and I'm not showing it, and I'm not even saving it, but I'm sending it in the back here to this group, and we will talk about it in a second, just to create those horizontal collages, right? I like this. So going on, what we have here, I'm going back, we have the image, we are loading it here, and we're resizing it over here, doing the noise part. Don't touch that, it works well. Over there, here we have the generation itself. Okay, we have the noise is injected into this sampler, and here we also have a control net. It's this one, all right? It uses the original image as a depth control net in order to tell the sampler what goes in the front, what goes in the back. We don't put a preview image here because that's really not necessary, and we don't want to waste more screen real estate here. But if you want, you can, and if you have different images that has different layers on top of them, you can also change this to other control nets, such as open pose or line art. You can add another control net if you like, and just string them along the way in a linear way. It's all good. And we have the images here, and we're here at the stable video diffusion. All right, this is an entirely different approach to video generations. Psy has released it just recently as a Christmas gift. It lets you create a short video from a single image. In order to do that, we are loading the model. It's a whole new model, all right? It's not you cannot generate one picture from a prompt from it. In fact, you cannot even give it a text prompt. You have to give it a picture. So we're feeding this model with this picture, all right? This is the picture that we have done, and it is sent here. When we are loading the image, the model, and then after we are loading the model, we can do a few tweaks to it. Please remember that you cannot do more than 25, well, you can do more, but it is not recommended to go over 25 frames in a stable video diffusion videos, because they don't turn on, after that they just lose it. But it doesn't have to be 25 frames in 1 second, right? Here we are doing 6 FPS, it's 6 frames per second, and that's good enough to create the animation, and then later you can do more stuff to it in post. We will talk about it in a second. So we choose the video frames, it's 25 video frames for the entire clip, and we're using something that's called a motion bucket. Motion bucket, it basically is the way for us to try to control the camera movement in SVD. The higher it is, the more erratic the image, the video will be. The lower it is, it will move very subtly. Sometimes, if you have a portrait and you will use 1 to 10 or 1 to 20, you will just get the character to wink or something like that. And if you want to do pans, zooms, and the image kind of suggested, usually we go from 40 to 170. Those are the recommended ones. And there is a lot of error and trial in it, but it's fast, it's local, almost free, so yeah, so everybody does it. This sampler, this is really the recommended default settings, 25 steps on 2.5 CFG, and this is the sampler, this is the schedule that we need, and this is the denoise. And then when we run it, it will create a video of 25 frames with 6 frames per second. So so that's not enough, all right? This is not a smooth animation, it's kind of boring, and it's not long enough. So Kijai, that genius person, what he did is he linked here another node, which is called Rife. Rife is an interpolation method, where it takes, if you have 6 frames per second, it will create another frame artificially between each of the frames. All right, so for 6 frames per second, we already have 12 frames per second. It creates it by doing interpolation, which is average between the first and second frames. It does something mathematically, some magic, and then creates another one in the middle. The 12 FPS will be much smoother. So that is the benefit that we get here. So we get the same length of the clip. We don't slow motion it, but we will get it to be much smoother, and the animation would look nicer. So this is quite nice for about a minute and a half of generations, and I like it. And the next step here on this workflow would be to merge everything together. We have the original picture, we have the generated image, and then that clip. You don't have to use it. I like those both for also for me to remember what I've done, and in the future I might want to use those in one of my lectures, classes, or videos online. So how much did I talk? Wow. So going back again to this workflow, we're doing the conclusion part now, right? So conclusions, we are loading the model right here. We're sending everything from the left to the right in a linear way. We are loading an image of something cool that we like, that we want to change the way it looks. It really works well also on regular pictures. Just take your own picture and you can change it to whatever you like, and it will do it in a very, very precise way. And here it takes the image, turns it into noise, and then use that noise to recreate the image and add it to the prompt with the ControlNet, with the depth ControlNet. Mix everything together, put it in a pita and send it away. Put it into the case sampler, generate a new picture according to your prompt. The more descriptive you are, the better, and the more accurate you are, the better the prompt and the image the better the image will be, or much more the way you like it to be. This is a great trick, all right? This is a great way to train yourself in prompting. You will become better at it as long as the more you practice it, the better you get at it. There is no right or wrong, and you just learn what gives what, and when you reduce a word, you can change it again, you can try it again. In just another minute of your time, nothing happens. We send the images over here. You can see the image by itself. It is saved to your output folder in Comfy. Notice here that in these file name prefix nodes, I'm putting everything under the date, and then I'm using noise upscale subfolder for this kind of image, and for the next one the same thing but with a space, so we will understand the differences. And then for the videos we have another name, just so upscale SSVD, so just so we will be able to later tell apart, because when you start doing that you will probably won't be finished for several hours. So in conclusions, everything will be, this workflow will be down below. Please like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you like it, if you enjoy it, any criticism. Please let me know, right? I'm doing it for the lols. Please let me know. It will encourage me to do more and spend more time. It will encourage me to do more of these. I really enjoy those, but I do need your support on it. And I'm not selling anything. You just have to press it. That's it.